Hi, this is Trooper Joe from ArchAngel A, Return to Chivalry. And you can catch my show on 7AveRadio.com every Wednesday from 3 to 4. Thank you. Hi, we're up and live. I'm supposing we're live here on Wednesday. This is ArchAngel, Return to Chivalry, and I'm Trooper Joe. And we're here on 7AveRadio.com. And you can watch it on Facebook, ArchAngel, A Return to Chivalry. And that's all they need to know. You can put it on. And you can watch this show right here, right now, the day before Thanksgiving, when everybody's going to be happily sitting there with their loved ones. Well, not everybody. There are some people that probably won't be having a happy Thanksgiving. And I think I want to give them a big hug. Let them know that, yeah, people are loving you and stuff. So don't get too sad. I know you're going to get sad because nobody should be alone on the holidays. So all you people that are living next door to the people that you already know are going to be alone on the holidays, then I want you to knock on their door. Don't kick it in. Just knock. They're probably not wanting you to come in, but you just knock on the door and say, "Can I come in?" And bring them a pie. Everybody like pie. Apple pie, sweet potato pie, mincemeat pie, pecan. Oh, I like pecan pie. I like mincemeat and pecan pie. I know people say mincemeat pie. That stuff nasty. I like it. I like it. And I like pecan pie. Oh, that stuff's too sweet. I like that too. I like all the pies. I don't eat the rest. Bad for you. Turkey, potatoes, all that kind of stuff like that. Yeah, so Thanksgiving is almost upon us. And that gives us time. Everybody has time right now to put away all those nice little evil thoughts you've been gathering up with yourselves for the last week. and grab one good thought that you can be thankful for for Thanksgiving. Just one. You don't need to grab a whole bunch. You only need to grab one. One will suffice. If you can reach down in your heart and find one thing that's going to make you smile, then that should be thankful for. Because this is some hard times. We're like I said, there's people that's not going to have a very good Thanksgiving. But there are places out there, people are trying to help them out with, feeding them and stuff. So there'll be a lot of that going on. And, they can go to a warm place and watch football games and just kind of sit around and commiserate with their buddies and stuff. Just kind of have a conversation about nothing on Thanksgiving. Watch some football that you really don't care anything about because Brady's not playing, and we know everybody up in this way, they all love Brady. They all love that guy. So, but they can tolerate the other teams that are playing on Thanksgiving, and you sit around there and talk football, or sit around there and go down there and listen to a few minutes of stories. This I'm talking to you now, kids. All you youngins out there. It'd be nice at Thanksgiving to go listen to a couple of the stories from your grandfolks and stuff, because they got lots of stories to tell about when their Thanksgiving was, and they were just thankful to have cardboard to put in their shoes because the snow was deep and they had holes in their shoes. So they were thankful for socks, and they were thankful for all kinds of things. They all got the same story. It must have been real crowded in that area, I guess. Everybody walking around with holes in their shoes. Yeah, I had holes in my shoes too, yeah. I had to walk up that hill to get to school and then up that hill to get home. That's hard work. But yeah, I'm very thankful for Thanksgiving myself. Yeah, that's right. And I'm an Indian too, and I'm still thankful for Thanksgiving. I want to put that little thing to rest right now. And it's not really about the pilgrim and the Indians and all those kind of political things for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is about giving thanks to yourself if you want to. You can give it to God. You can give it to yourself. You can give it to your loved one. You can give it to your kids. If you got a mouse that lives in the house, you can give it to them. You know, you can give it to anybody you want to, but it's about giving thanks, and that's an important thing to give. And because that's what makes you feel good, is being able to give those thanks. So if you really want to feel good on Thanksgiving, and you could extend it on, I'm sure some people will extend Thanksgiving way beyond Christmas and way beyond Easter, way beyond some other holiday that's going to take place, because we have a lot of holidays coming up, and they are stressful. They are stressful, I guess, for some people. But I don't want to go into Christmas yet. You know, I'm going to stay on Thanksgiving. And I want everybody to be careful, all you homeowners out there, and all you men that's going to put on your big aprons and think that you know how to cook a turkey in that oil can that's out there. Be careful. Move it away from the house, at least. You know? Use pot holders, big ones that go up to your arm, to your elbow, and be careful, because that grease will burn your house down in a minute. You can't put it out, or at least have a fire extinguisher at hand that has foam in it. Not a water fire extinguisher, folks. It ain't gonna work.
I have a question.
Right.
At the Trooper household, who prepares most of the foods, or do you guys visit other family members for Thanksgiving?
Who prepares the food in Troop's household?
Yeah.
Well, Nancy Chang, Bator's restaurant. We eat there a lot. Don't cook. I boil water. I got a little pot. I got a pan, nice little thing, look like a coffee pot thing. And I put the water in there, and I push this button, and the blue light comes on, and the water boils, and then the blue light goes out, and I can pour it on my cup of soup. Nobody eats in my house. We don't eat. No.
On Thanksgiving, you don't eat anything special though. You don't.
But this Thanksgiving, I'm going to her aunt's house and stuff, and they'll have turkey and all those things. And Mike, they will have that string bean stuff. String bean
casserole.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
They like that. They'll have string bean casserole there. I'll sneak you back some. I'll get you some. Don't worry about it. I got your back. Yeah. So there's something for Mike to be thankful for. Watch me forget. Well, I'll try to bring some back for Mike, some string bean casserole. He gonna love it. Yeah. Yes, that's I'm going. They have a nice spread. And one of the ones, he bakes a ham. He does a good job with that ham. He puts a lot of work into it. Yeah, see, I ain't got time for that. I used to cook and stuff. I used to have my own ham recipe. Actually, I would take a ham and then take all the fat back off and everything, and then I would make this Tang. You ever heard of Tang? This almond drink that you
put? Yeah.
To Tang with the water and stuff, and then I pour that over the ham. Let it sit in there in a while, and then I take the pineapples, put pineapples on it, then I bake it in the oven.
That's what I was going to ask, because my mother, when she does it, she has the little toothpicks with the cherries and the pineapples, and she puts them all over the poor ham, and then she puts that glaze on it.
Yeah.
But the glaze is made from a lot of different stuff too. So Tang, I'm not surprised. I'm going to mention that to my mother and have her try it, because it might.
I like Tang. Well, I'm lazy. So everybody get their own special recipes, and that's how traditions get passed down, folks. Maybe everybody's so unhappy with Thanksgiving right now because they didn't interact with their family enough to get the traditions to pass on, you know. I don't know, but for you kids that are listening, talk to your grandparents and stuff so that you can learn how to make the Thanksgiving that you remember come true for the next group so that they can remember. Because Thanksgiving is an important holiday. Because you really don't have to bring anything other than a pie. You know, because the household would usually have it. My mother's house, that was great. We used to have great Thanksgivings at my mother's house because we had an open door. You know, all kinds of people would just drop by, and she'd cook 2 turkeys and stuff and all this stuff, and people just come by saying hello, grab a plate, eat, go about their thing. It was nice. That was nice and stuff. Everybody was laughing and friendly and stuff. I got my face washed a lot, though. I was a dirty kid. I don't know what it is with women and liking to spit on handkerchiefs and scrub my head. I think I was a practice dummy for these women. Oh, happy Thanksgiving. How you doing? Start scrubbing up on my head.
That's pretty gross. That is pretty gross.
Hey, I thought so. Yeah, I was dirty, I guess, But didn't mind. I didn't mind, but they seemed to take it in mind. Hugs. Oh, we're gonna be talking about hugs a little bit later, anyway. So, I'm gonna let the kids get ready to understand that they in for quite a shock when they come to Thanksgiving. You're gonna get hugged up a lot. But the kids seem to like it. But we're gonna talk about that in a little while, anyway. So I want everybody to have a happy, safe, nice Thanksgiving this year. I want everybody to put aside their differences, no matter what they are, for one day, and just you don't have to love your neighbor for the one day or anything. You can hate them if you want to. That's okay, but be civil. It's one day. If you know one of your neighbors is hurting at that time and stuff, bring them a sandwich, and a piece of pie. And maybe a slice of cheese, and just something like that, and that'll make you feel good. They may not even like to eat sandwiches, pie, and cheese, but it'll make you feel good. It'll fill your heart up with so much love, and stop being afraid to be somebody that loves somebody, man. It's like it doesn't hurt. It might, I don't know, but it's all right to be a nice person. I'm a nice person, except the people I don't like. No, sir. I try to be, it's all right to be nice. It's all right to love people. It's all right to be critical, too, of some people's actions, And I think, for me personally, I think that's a more genuine love than the false love that a lot of people give, that love you get when you're dead. Oh, he's such a great guy. That what is it, like Hamlet love? And the good is teared in the bones, or however that saying goes. But you can be critical in love. You can be overly empathetic in love. You can do many things with love and stuff. But the best thing that happens with love, you get the reward of having it returned to you. You get the reward of feeling that you actually did something for somebody to make their life a little bit happier for that one little second. It's only a second, folks. It's only a second. I'll read that poem again if I can find it. I like that poem. God's Minute. Maybe next week, because I don't think I have it with me right now. But maybe I do in my Aesop Fable book sometime. But that's okay. Yeah, that would be perfect for Thanksgiving, come to think of it, but I just don't have it with me. Shame on me. Wait, found it. All right, folks, the treat is on for Thanksgiving. This is
I was just Googling it, looking for it too, to probably get to you so you can read it.
This is what everybody in my voice and everything, get your pencils and papers ready, so I'm going to read it slow. This is what Thanksgiving truly should be all about. And it's about you, folks. This is God's Minute. Right? And it's by Dr. Benjamin E. Mays. Yeah. Black guy. All right? You got that? This is God's Minute. Ready? I'll go slow. I've only just a minute. Only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me. Can't refuse it, didn't seek it, didn't choose it, but it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it. Give account if I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. That's the poem, folks. That's the poem for Thanksgiving. I like that. Everybody in the world is going to be repeating Dr. May's poem for Thanksgiving from this point forward. It's a new tradition in every household. Doesn't matter your ethnicity, doesn't matter your gender, doesn't matter anything. That's the poem. Alright, got it? I hear you. Because that's a powerful poem, and it talks about love, and it just speaks. You only got a minute. So how much time out that little itty bitty tiny minute that you have in your life, you only have to take a half of a second on one day out the year to show love to everybody like that. And you definitely, God say, well, you didn't abuse my minute. And the little bit of time that you can take out that 1 year on that. And there's one day right now that you can use to do it. You can use it on Thanksgiving. Yeah. And it doesn't cost anything either. And it's free. I'm going to play a song about money in a minute right now. Right now I'm going to get ready to play a little song about money and just about how... Nobody knows where they started, really. Nobody knows why they even exist, to tell you the truth. They're just hugs. There's something special in hugs. They're the things that make people feel good. It's such a conflicting type of event. It's probably one of the simplest things that you could ever do in the world. It's got the most profound reactions to it. It's got numerous reactions to it, depending upon where your mind is at. But its main function is to give comfort and joy. So on Thanksgiving, one of the things that you should do, I think, and I'm using these shoulds and stuff, is just give people hugs. Just give them a love. Throw them arms around somebody, give them a squeeze. You don't have to give them a bear hug. There's several different forms of hugs. There's the quick hug, hello, and I hug you, and I pat you on the back. Now let go. There's that hug, and then there's the hug where you kind of lean your shoulders towards each other, and your kind of neck goes on one side hug, and there's a big V in between you. There's those type of hugs like that, and then there's the bear hug where you just full of joy and love, and you just grab somebody and then just give them a big old hug and a squeeze and stuff, and let them know that you're there for them and stuff. Those are great hugs. Those are the hugs I think that mean the most. And for all you people out there who have whatever kind of tendencies of your own special ills and stuff, there is no sexual meaning behind the hug. No. None whatsoever. There's sexual meaning behind cuddling, spooning, all these other type of things where you're interacting intimately with somebody that you care about. There is no sexual meaning behind a hug. A hug is purely a reflection of the love that you have for somebody else. That's all it is. It's a comforting type of thing. And if you have a problem with hugs, because a lot of people in the Western society have a problem with hugs. They have a personal space issue. It's like, well, I would hug you, but then you'd be invading my space. So I'm not going to do that. Or I would hug you. Let me tell you, I read a story long time ago about a school in New Jersey, I think it was. The kids in the school, it's a high school, they on their own instituted hugs. They hug each other in that school. That's how they greet each other. Because they thought the high five and all those things were boring. So, because they didn't go far enough in showing, appreciation just for friendship and stuff, so they gave hugs. The school want to interject and stop the kids from hugging on the grounds that it takes too long. How long should somebody love somebody? It's like, okay, what do you want the kids to do? Why don't you go? All right, kids, why don't you go over there, because this takes too long, so don't hug. Say hi, and go beat up the little kid over there who's everybody beats up on the way to school. That'd be something good to do, yeah. But don't hug and don't show any love and appreciation for each other, you know. That would be the wrong thing to do. Are you serious? I mean, the kids rebelled against that too. They just continued on hugging. And they're kids, so you know it probably got a little out of control. They get the hug and the sway and probably add a little dance to it or something like that. Like they're playing football. You ever notice football players hug a lot? Yeah, I don't think there's any sexual connotations with their hugging and stuff. But so I'm sure the kids got a little carried away with themselves. But the teachers should have accepted that. Not saying that the teachers could. Maybe they felt bad that they couldn't engage with the hugs. Maybe they had their own little demons in their minds about hugging little 16-year-old girls or boys or something like that, so they was trying to protect themselves. This is a sad society. But go ahead, kids, keep hugging. Keep hugging. And you adults, go hug an adult. You got plenty of them around. You got janitors, you got groundskeepers, you got other teachers, you got the administration. Oh, you find plenty of adults to hug, you know. So don't get jealous of the kids because they're feeling love and affection and you're not feeling any, you know. Shame on you. Then go on out there and find yourself some child to love. I'm going to ask Will, the Reverend, from the 5 o'clock shadow.
Yes, sir.
What he thinks about that. You know, what do you think about the teachers interjecting on the grounds that it takes too long in the corridor for them doing their hugs?
Well, it depends, because just like all good things, there are those that could take advantage of it. And purposely, I don't want to go to my next class, so let me hug a little bit longer and hug more people. So you have to be conscious of that. But for the most part, to stop it, just to stop them from spreading love. Love is the #1 lesson that kids need to learn above all other lessons. So if they don't learn the lesson of love, then they're not, you're teaching them the wrong thing. I think that you should always be focused on love, and you should always allow the kids, especially when it's happening organically.
Yeah.
Kids are doing it on their own. It's something they came up with. When I went to school, kids wanted to be in gangs.
Yeah.
Let the kids hug if they want to hug.
Now they want to hug, yeah. That's the way I see it. Now they want, and hugs are healthy, folks. Hugs are healthy. Hugs is the first step in being a healthy individual. Is a hug. You know, it's not a puppy. No, it's a hug. You know, you can cuddle a puppy if you want to, and hold a puppy and all pet a puppy and stuff. But there's no, and it'll lick your face. But there's no love from it. The first step to healing is hugs. You give somebody a hug who's feeling sad or depressed or something, you know, they feel good. Not a hug and maybe a squeeze, just to let them know, I feel you. I got, you know, because that's exactly what it's showing. It's not the words I feel you, it's the actual touching of each other in that regard. I feel you, I got your pain. You know, look here, here's a hug. You know, that's all. You know, and you don't ask, you know, those type of hugs like that healing type of hug and stuff, they're usually done between good friends and family members or in a church setting or something like that. It's not, you know, you can do it in the grocery store if it's a good friend or a family member. You can hug people any way you want to, but you wouldn't walk up to a stranger who's trying to decide whether to buy peas with onions or just buy peas without onions, you know, and say, oh, you're conflicted. I can see your pain, and give a hug, you know. That would be foolish, you know. You probably get looked at kind of stuff, and then still have the same problem. Peas with onions or just plain peas, you know. Just like life has complications. There are a lot of difficulties in life and stuff. Go with the onions, you know. the little pearl onions, but you see that. You know, if you go over to your grandmama's house or you come home from school or you come home from work and you're tired, you know, and before you're even thinking about whether the other person's tired or something. I had a rough day. I need a hug. Or, how'd your day go? Do you need a hug? Or just get that hug going and stuff like that. And it's magic, folks. It's magic. Hugs are magic. Hugs are magic. They're so magical and they're so profound that that's why people don't do them. You know? Hey, could I Diet Pepsi down there? Yeah, I'm gonna get me my Diet Pepsi, folks. Yeah, you can't hug Diet Pepsi either. Can't even hug it. Can't even see it. It's mine. No? But the magic that's in hugs is phenomenal. So, and guess what, folks? Guess what? You did guess, right? Y'all said it at the same time. There's a big echo across the world. That's right. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. You'll have an opportunity to hug lots and lots of people. And unlike the kids in the New Jersey school, you can hug them for a little longer time if you want to, without even getting in trouble. That's funny with the kids, you know, because kids didn't like hugs at first. You know, because like myself, I knew going over to Grandma's house for Thanksgiving. The old Ronnie's gonna be there. She used to drink just a little bit till she fall down. But she was cool. She was cool. And everybody else was gonna be there. All uncles are gonna be there. Everybody ain't gonna come in there and get a whole lot of hugs and a whole lot of scrubbing on your face from spit-on handkerchiefs. I already knew that was coming. You know, that was the love I get from everybody. But you get hugs all over the place. You're squeezing those head hugs because you're short. So they just grab you. They just got your head and they're smothering you with their body and stuff. It's like, oh, boy, I can't wait to go out and play. Why don't somebody say, why don't your kids go out and play? Because the adults are just having so much fun hugging the kids and stuff that they don't want to let them go. They don't want to let them go. So, and then it's amazing that these kids in that school decided to adopt hugs as their formal greeting and stuff. That is really says a lot, because first thing you want to do as a kid is get away from the hugs. You know? You want to be free. I want to be free. I don't want to hug. Little girls like to hug first and then they stop. You know, little girls love to hug. You know, they that's what they do. And they're even saying it now. You know, little girls and little boys too can have a hug. Okay. Yeah, you know, they come up and they'll just hug you and stuff like that and smile and just go about their business and get dirty, play with a bug or something. But, you know, that's what kids enjoy doing. So, and it's going to be Thanksgiving, so you can really get to enjoy hugs. You know, in other countries, people hug all the time. You see it on TV and stuff. The people be hugging. And like in the Arab countries, men hug men. Men don't hug the women. In some of the Muslim countries and stuff, because there's that separation that they have. But the men hug the men. You know, in Italy, France, all the Latin countries. That's why I don't understand why they call Hispanics Latin, except for Spain. All the Latin-speaking countries, they hug. They all hug. They greet with a hug. They don't greet with the handshake. And the higher up in the higher, well, I'll go to that part in a little while and stuff. But right now with these hugs like that, and you think they're kissing each other, but they're not. You know, when you see them, they get that hug and they do like this, you think they're going, and then on the other. They're actually sniffing in that country. They kind of like, it's a small little, it's not big, it's not one of them great big drawing in through the nose, let it out through the mouth. It's just a small little wisp kind of like, I think, to grab the essence of the person. So it's kind of a reciprocating type of greeting where you're not only hugging and embracing the person with touching, you're also grabbing the essence with a small little whip. I guess in that country they learn how to whip small because There's some people out here, boy. You
Change that custom quick.
You can smell them before they eat. And I'm not even talking the odorous smell of the human body. I'm talking some overly clothed individual or some overly perfumed person that you can smell 2-3 blocks away. You greet them, pass right out, you know. So that's pretty rough. That might be why they don't do that in this country. It gets pretty rough. But in other countries, especially the Latin-speaking countries, and Latin, I mean like Italian, French, all those kind of Scandinavian countries and stuff, that's how they hug. That's how they hug. They're very intimate with, they're close with that. And that's a good thing, and we can do that too in this country. Well, you know, I think I'm going to break in and read something for a while because I like reading out the book. I don't know if it's going to have anything to do with hugs, but before I go back to the hugs of the Western civilization and hugs and kisses, I'm going to break in with, that's right, Aesop's Fables.
Aesop's Fable.
Yeah, we got to talk a little bit about the Aesop Fable right here. If I can find a good one. Let me find a good one while I'm just thumbing through this here. Yeah. Soon we'll have the phones hooked up so that you people can just tell me what you want to read with the Aesop Fable.
Now, true. My question is when did you first read this book?
It's a kid's. Actually, it's a literature book.
Yeah. Now, did you get it?
It's a philosophy book.
Did you have it read to you in school, or when did you first come across it?
I came across reading this book as a kid, the Aesop Fables and stuff. I used to read these type of fables, and they're really good, folks, for giving moral and type of lessons to kids and stuff. They usually can thumb through it. Not little kids, you know, about 12, 13 years old, and they'll pick out things that are funny to themselves, and from that they'll be able to form their own kind of moral values and their own kind of things. Yeah. So I'm gonna read The Old Woman and the Wine Jar. I've never read this one myself, so let's see how it goes. It might be good, it might not. So hang on, folks. Aesop's Fables right here in this book, right between these two covers is Aesop's Fables. A lot of fables going on. An old woman picked up an empty wine jar, which had once contained a rare and costly wine, and which she still retained some traces of its exquisite bouquet. She raised it to her nose and sniffed at it again and again. Ah, she cried, how delicious must have been the liquid which had left behind so ravishing a smell. I don't know why I picked that out, but it certainly has a lot of messages in there. This is the old lady, folks. You see her? That's her right there. That's her right there with her little wine bottle. And she just has memories. She has memories of that go back a long, long time. And that's a good thing. And again, because it's Thanksgiving, you can create those memories and let those memories go forward. You can even sniff a little bit now that we talked about the embracing, how people hug and do that little whipping smell and stuff, and you can have that memory. So whenever oh, here come John, or here come Mary, you know, it's a happy day, you know. That was a pretty good one. I might pick another one later on that might have a little bit more to do with Thanksgiving and stuff. But that one there has a lot to do with life and a lot to do with joy and a lot to do with remembrance. Because folks, we all do get older. We all do get older. And it seems as we do get older, we want to have more physical contacts. We want to have more love. And that's the love that keeps us young. You know, and it can be given by an older person to an older person, a middle-aged person to an older person to a middle-aged person. It's transferable in any way it wants to go. And that's what makes it really important and really beautiful when you're giving out hugs. Not hugs with not hugs with kisses and stuff. And then hand placement. We're going to the Western society and the way they hug now. And like I said, before in the Western society, we like leaving spaces between us. We like our personal spaces. We have a need to be important. So it's like, don't invade my space. It's like, well, okay, what if you move over here? Then you're out of your space, but yeah, just 3 feet to the left or the right, and then you'll be in somebody else's space. So then you can hug them. No, they have this protective wall that Westerners put up around themselves. This rigidity. It's almost like iron underwear that they wear in some cases. That goes outwards that you can't even see, but it's out there. You can't invade that space, so it's hard to really give a hug in this country. It's not expected. It's actually expected in the reverse. They're expecting you not to give a hug. They're expecting you to extend a hand for a handshake. Folks, handshakes are one of the most, they're associated with violence, actually. That's where the handshake comes from. It shows that I have no weapon. So it's associated with violence. There's no compassion in it. There's no feelings in it. It's a cold, callous gesture of greeting somebody that's associated with violence. Yeah, that's a handshake. Oh, how you doing? Yeah, I see you on arm, so that's good. So I can really engage with you. Anyway, that's what we kind of do in this society. We modify our handshakes a lot. We had the dab. Everybody does the dab. A lot of kids like to do the dab. A lot of not hip hoppers. What do you call it?
Hip hop heads.
Hip hop. They like to do the dab and stuff. Actually, the dab was started in Vietnam. It's old, and it started. Used to do this. You get low five, high five, these pounds slap back and forth like this, elbows, and it got really out of control and stuff. It was really a kind of friendly way of just having some fun with greeting somebody. But the best greeting that you really got was the handshake in the Western society, the manly handshake where you grab that hand and you put that arm around them and give them that bodily chestly hug, boom, with a lot of force and stuff. That good. It's all manly stuff like that. That's one of the moderations of modified ways of hugging in the Western world. And then there's the presidential hug. All presidents learn how to do this hug. And you even saw it when Hillary Clinton and Trump met. You didn't notice it, but they extend the hand and you put the hand on the other person's arm. That's a hug. But it's not an embrace. It's a hug. It's like touching each other. It's like, yeah, we're going to go at it, but don't worry about it. It's all for nothing. That's what presidents do. All presidents throughout the world do that same motion.
True. I'm going to have a section on my show called Things I Learned from Trooper Joe Today. I did not know that was a hug without embracing. I didn't know that the dab was started in Vietnam. Like, I am learning stuff as the show's going on.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun. I'm having a pretty good time with the hugs. Yeah, and then I think the Western civilization's biggest problem is with sex. They have this thing that if a man hugs a man, then why'd he hug me? Maybe he thinks I'm cute. Or if a man hugs a woman, he's just trying to get near my genitalia. I better stop that. Can't have that. Sir. No, like I said before, there is no sex in hugs. Hugs don't have sex. People give hugs, even in this country, but they just refuse to say it because people don't want to commit themselves to being seen as somebody that has affection and somebody that's loving. And then they give away so much of themselves by not being that way. Because somebody that you can trust, and you know that they got your back, and you know that you have their back, the hug is how you're going to greet them. I mean, that just goes without saying. I got your back, you know. Yeah, you do, because your arms around me, and you got your hands on my back. I wonder if that's probably where that came from. Don't worry, I got your back. They ain't going to say, don't worry, I got your back, and shake your hand all out here like this. They're going to say, I got your back, and it's going to be a hug, and actually a literal transference of that verbal I got your back becomes that hug, and they put their hands around you on the hug on you, and it's on your back. Give you that little pat. And that's sincere. That's sincere. That's full of love, you know, and that's what Thanksgiving is all about, folks. Pretty much that's what Thanksgiving's all about, is just getting that love, and everybody wants to have that love. Everybody needs to have that love. In a little minute, a couple of minutes, I'm going to play a little sad song about my boy who lives in the well, who wants that love. Yeah, Will can find it in a little while. You know the one I'm talking about?
No.
The one where in the wishing well. I don't even know the name of it.
I'll find it.
Yeah, he'll find it. And I'll just keep rambling. So that then, as you age and as you look, here's your little family. You started with your mother and your father, and you got your hugs with your siblings and stuff. You may not hug your siblings, kids. Really, I'll be honest with you. It's hard for kids to hug their sisters and brothers. Like, well, he got cooties, you know. I ain't getting no cooties from him. You love them. Well, I don't love him. I ain't gonna hug him. I ain't hugging her. You're touching me. They're all about playing games with and stuff when they're young. But when they get older, they get a little bit more into the real. Their love moves from you touching me, don't touch me, into the playing stuff, into how you been, and they give you the long hug and the long squeeze and stuff, because they're really happy to see you, because that's just the way life is. And that's a good thing, and that's what everybody in the sound of my voice, and my voice travels the world 3 or 4 different times, that, you know, it's fast. And they're all going to experience that tomorrow at some point in their life. Some point, someplace. Hopefully, even the ones that are going to be alone, hopefully that somebody brings them that sandwich and that pie and that piece of cheese, and that's going to, and they'll be able to receive that hug from them, you know. And that'll be one of the best things for them. They'll really enjoy that. And they'll really enjoy that hug. You'll make somebody's day, and that's the privilege of being an archangel. There's no more privilege in this world than being an archangel. And an archangel's privilege is to do something for somebody just because. Well, just because you want to do that for somebody. So everybody, you're going to have opportunities galore tomorrow. And then they'll have that other opportunity too, folks, that I hope everybody realizes that it's not going to be the best opportunity to have in the world, and that's going to be drinking too much. Don't do it, folks. Don't do it. And if you are going to drink too much, stay the night at somebody's house if you visited. If you're in your own house and you're going to drink too much, then you're pretty much safe, unless you think that you're going to drive people home. Don't do it. Yeah, don't do it. It's not worth it. You'll be filled up with a whole lot of false love and false bravado, and next thing you know, you'll have this outer casting upon your body for broken legs and arms and stuff, and then you have to pay for your broken car. So don't drink too much, folks, because I'll be on the road and I need to be safe. And that's the way I do. I like being safe on the road, so don't drink too much. But again, I can't emphasize this enough, folks. I am so happy and so overwhelmed with joy just to think about all the happiness that's going to be given out tomorrow to all the people who've been talking all kinds of very mean and vicious things towards people just for no reason. It's going to be refreshing, folks. Take the day off. give hugs, get love. You can always go back Friday. It's Black Friday. You don't have to go shopping. You can reignite or put out the love flame in your heart and just go back and be mean and take on all the viciousness that would be out there for you to do. But hey, take that one break. Take a little siesta. I'm not saying change your ways and do something that's nice and the right thing for people. I say that all the time because that's what ArchAngel is all about. Is doing the right thing. Doing that for people. Standing in the doorways of hell. Just telling people, I got you. You can't go in there. Yeah, I got you. Don't worry about it. And they can't come out and eat you. Yeah, so.
Is the song Gordon Lightfoot Read My Mind?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I like that one. And I'm playing it for me, folks. I was going to play The Devil Went Down to Georgia, but I like that one too. Looking for a soul to take. Yeah, I like that one. I think I might play that after Gordon.
You can if you want. It's up to you.
Yeah.
All right, so you want to play it now?
Yeah, I'm going to play that now, folks, because I don't want to overemphasize all the joy and all the happiness that you're going to have tomorrow. I want you just to experience as it just comes upon you. I want you to really have a good time with that. And everybody, if you just think 2 seconds about how can I do something nice for somebody who isn't here, you know, like I'm going to really, it's going to be my mission, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to fulfill it, but I'm going to try my best because I can't say what's going to be left from that. But Mike, I'm going to try my best to get you some of that. What is it called?
Green bean casserole.
Green bean casserole, man. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. I'm going to try my best to get it for you. Because that's my boy. I like Mike talking about, you know. Oh, yeah, see? And that's manly stuff, you know. That's how manly people do. Mm-hmm. I'll get you some green bean casserole. I ain't gonna charge you too much, though, sir. But I'm gonna get you some. I'll get you some. I'm trying to get you some of that green bean casserole. It's going to be good. All right, folks. I want to wish everybody a very happy and safe and loving and a hug fest for you. Before I go, do you know that in some cities over on the west side of the United States they sell cuddles? You know that? A cuddle is just a overextended type of hug without the real love in it. This is a big business. I'm not talking about change. I'm talking huge money. People, they have cuddle parties. They sell cuddles. You can go into this shop and cuddle because you feel bad. How stupid is that? I mean, just because you can go and hug people for nothing.
Wait, so people are standing on street corners with "We'll work for food signs" and they could be cuddling and making money?
Yeah. They could be cuddling and making their money. Cuddling folks. You could be putting your arms around somebody and holding them with it's just like a puppy. There's no affection in it or any of those things like that. You just grabbing them and holding them and you're cuddling them, and this is big bucks. This is big bucks. And you can do this for free tomorrow. You can do it to all your loved ones. You can get all the love you want to just by hugging them. You know? You don't have to even pay anything for this. So think about that, folks. Think about that. Do you really, if you really want the love, at least for tomorrow, it's free. Hug somebody. You know, just hug. You don't even have to tell them you love them. Just get that hug. Just feel all that warmth and that love just for one day. Or for 364 days of the year, you can go buy cuddles. You know? I mean, it's up to you, folks. It's all out there for you. This is the greatness of America. You can spend your money stupidly, or you can get what you want for free. It's like, I don't get it, but that's how it works. And I want everybody to have a great and wonderful Thanksgiving, and thanks for tuning in and on Seven Ave Radio, right? .com and on Facebook of Return to ArchAngel A, Return to Chivalry.
Yep.
And I'm Trooper Joe, and this is my hat. And I'm out.